It comes installed in, bro. All right, we're over here. Episode number 3. Got my brother inside. And we're going to be talking about Hawaii a little bit. What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Okay, you just got to tell people your name because it's our first one, so.
Oh, yeah. Creighton, Ciania. Am I looking at this camera? Or
No, you don't. Just look at me.
Okay. Just,
yeah, we're just talking.
But yeah, Creighton, Ciania. Yeah, your brother. Talking about Hawaii, I guess.
Yeah. We grew up. So I went to the mainland. You never went to the mainland for school or anything like that.
No.
Just went right to, like, I ended up graduating, went to college, and which is fine. But when I went to college, one of the things I realized is people always think about Hawaii. They think about it one way. And, bro, I played into it, bro, when I was in college. I wore board shorts. I never wore board shorts.
Yeah.
Act like I surf, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I never surfed in my life. The last time I tried to surf, I was already 28, and I was too big to stand on a surfboard, so I was just sinking. But everybody has a picture of Hawaii. But we didn't grow up like that. We didn't grow up on the beaches. We grew up in Waianae, but then we moved to Waipahu.
Yeah.
We didn't grow up with the beaches. We didn't grow up with all the touristy type stuff that you think about Hawaii. But we grew up. We grew up in Waipahu. What is Waipahu like? What's different from Waipahu from where most people think about Hawaii?
I would say it's just like like all that stuff you was talking about that other people think of when they think of Hawaii. It's pretty much nothing like that. I mean, I just know people go to school, they go to work, they got jobs, they walk the dog, I guess.
A lot of concrete.
Concrete, yeah.
Not a lot of sand where
Yeah.
we're from, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of sand. I didn't even know people that wanted to go beach when we were growing up.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing that came up. Like, the beach never came up. Not the kids that we hung out with. Yeah, not in Waipahu.
Yeah, not in Waipahu.
And Waianae, the beaches was like felt like, yeah, it happened a lot. But,
Yeah, we don't just go to the beach.
yeah, no.
Yeah, not in Waipahu. So it's kind of like, it just, it felt more like, it felt different from, I noticed that's what I was talking about when I went away to school, because when I came back and I invited my friends over and they would come, they was kind of shocked that we lived where we live.
When they came over?
When they came over, bro, it was like the most disappointing trip ever, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's like they're thinking one thing. Like, I grew up by a beach, and in Hawaii, how far is the closest beach to us? Like,
What is the closest
15,
beach?
maybe 15, 20 minutes,
Yeah.
which is far in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And nobody driving 15, 20 minutes just to go to the beach on a regular basis.
Yeah, no. Like on no.
Yeah.
Like on a Tuesday afternoon or
Yeah.
not a lot of people yet.
Now we're trying to go beach though, because our kids are young, and we found out it's a lot more economical to go to the beach.
Yeah, it's free and it works. The beach works. So
It works, bro.
like us too, yeah, we never thought about going to the beach. But yeah, you take the kids to the beach,
Yeah.
and you see what it does at the end of the day. You're like, yeah, we'll go to the beach.
It makes them
again.
sleep.
Yeah.
You shower them at the beach if you can. You shower them down, and they sleep on the way home. That's the best part about the beach. But what's funny is I was reading an article talking about Hawaii and tourism, right? So we're not in a tourist spot. We're in Waipahu.
Yeah, no.
No tourists come here. If they come here, like I had one friend one time come to Waipahu, and he called me because he was like worried. He's like, "Hey man, I'm stuck over here," and he felt like he was so worried, which is weird because everywhere in Hawaii is pretty safe compared to the mainland and stuff like that. But the funny part is, the article I was reading was talking about the relationship between tourists and all these Instagram spots. Mm-hmm. And it said that the Instagram people, the people are worried that Instagram people are tagging these locations around the island that are like maybe beaches or hikes and things like that. And they're kind of getting bummed out because they're saying that people are bringing too many tourists to those spots.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so people are like, get the tourists out. What are your thoughts on that?
Like, Why? Like, why are they asking for the tourists to stop being there? Like, what is their problem with them being there?
Or that the land can't handle it. I think
Like,
environmental. I don't
environmentally,
know.
yeah, like
Or
environmentally,
yeah.
it's those guys. Man, I don't know. If that's what they're worried about, I would say I feel like the land could handle it. If they're worried about, if they just want to gatekeep, like have it to themselves, I don't know how I feel about
That's
that.
what I think it is.
Yeah, if they're trying to gatekeep, then that's not cool to me.
Yeah.
It's like people are free to go there if they want to go there.
Yeah. And besides that, the question I always have is like, bro, what are we doing to clean it up ourselves?
Yeah.
Not much. You know, they didn't have to come here before some of the beaches was ruined.
Yeah.
But the other thing though is that I think like I take photos, and one time I was with, like, there's some people that use it to flex, like, but I don't think they're helping either. Like there's all these people, you're taking photos of that spot too, right? All the Instagram people, yeah, you might not tag it, but you're taking that photo. You think that people can't find out just because, so some people feel like they're better than other. They act like, I would never tag that place, bro. You posted a bunch of photos of that same spot all over. You think people are idiots? They can't go find out for themselves where that spot is.
They posted the picture, but they didn't say where it was.
Yeah, and they feel like, oh, I did a good job. I did my thing.
Yeah.
I protected the Aina.
Should have never posted it.
If you don't want people to find out.
If you really don't want them to find out, I would be like, bro, don't post that. Remember, we don't want,
Right, yeah. So if you was honest.
Yeah,
but bro,
yeah.
you want those likes too.
Yeah.
Right, and then you feel good finding your own spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on.
So yeah, I'm not with the gatekeeping. If they're trying to keep people safe, if tourists are dying or something, or like,
which in some places they are,
then I agree. You know what I mean? We should keep them away from those places. Like a case by case basis, I guess. But yeah. Depends what they're complaining about.
Yeah.
If they're trying to gatekeep, yeah, I'm not with that.
Traffic. People complain about traffic.
No, that's not what's causing the traffic, I feel like. It's, economy.
No, but traffic to those spots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Duh.
Well, because I guess so if that's what they mean by it can't handle it, yeah, right now I feel like it can.
Yeah.
Because if they have a surf competition, you can't go up there.
Yeah, but nothing can handle that in Hawaii. Hawaii can't even, we can't even handle day-to-day work on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because you go to work, right?
That's true. I go to work. Yeah.
Bro, when you drive, what time you got to wake up to go to work?
Man, it depends. So right now we start work late, so I can wake up at 5:30. Yeah. But on a regular 7 to 3:30, I'll probably be up by 4. I would like to leave before 5. But if I leave by 5 or a little after, it's not bad, but I would like to leave by 5.
Right. You ain't trying to leave at 5:30.
Yeah. Man, no. If I work in town, I might not make it on time. It's like I got to let them know I may or may not be late.
Right. If you leave at that time. Now, if anybody was in the mainland listening to this, when we're talking about town, we're talking about only 20-something, maybe 20 miles away.
Yeah.
And we can't drive 20 miles an hour. Like, that's...
Yeah, in the morning, with no traffic, it takes us 20 minutes.
Yeah, but with traffic, we're going to be in there stuck until 7 o'clock, 7:30 before we get to work. So a lot of people that work in, like, your industry, they leave early, 5-ish, or before that, just to get to work and not have to sit through traffic.
Yeah.
But guaranteed to sit in it on the way home. So Hawaii's infrastructure can't handle anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, which is why we got the rail.
That is true.
Which is why the rail is...
I hope the rail helps.
The rail ain't going to help.
I don't know, bro. I'm not a scientist, but I hope the rail helps.
Bro, tell me what your thoughts on the rail is, bro. Because there's a lot of people talking about the rail. Well, because they just did they just started doing... What's that called? The trips on the rail. Like, you can get the free passes. Yeah, so I had some friends go on it.
What did they think?
Well, they said that you can see Waipahu like you've never seen it before. He's like, you're going to see parts of Waipahu that you never thought existed.
That's crazy.
I don't believe him.
For real?
Bro, we lived in Waipahu this whole...
Where is he from?
What part of... Kapolei?
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe.
What part of Waipahu did we not see yet?
Yeah, unless I'm missing something.
Bro, we've been living here for a long time, bro.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it. Gotta take one of those free rides. But yeah, as far as what I think, I know it's expensive.
Slightly.
I don't know if this is true, but this is what I heard. But everything, I heard it on a job site. So, they're saying that it's 72% taxpayer funded.
Love it.
These are just some things I know about the rail.
So we don't got to pay for our bus passes.
Yeah.
Or we got them.
Yeah. And there's no bathrooms.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Why not have bathrooms?
If we pay 80%, we might have some bathrooms.
Yeah. You guys didn't want 80%, 72%. That's going to get 72% over budget and took longer than expected. No bathrooms. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what any positive thoughts on the rail though?
Yeah, thanks, I guess. Positive thoughts? Yeah, because people, there's a market of people who will need to get from, Kapolei to town in 20 minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it would help traffic, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Figure that out.
I'll have to see just everybody that I know just say we're all going to hop on the rail.
Because there's no other routes.
And can a rail handle if people switch from traffic, the H3 to the rail?
Bro, our parking rides can handle.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the rail. I worked at the rail. Actually, no, I don't have mixed feelings about the rail. I don't think it's good.
You worked at the rail. What was it like working on the rail?
Man, I got to be honest, bro. It was...
Don't get fired.
No, I don't work for them anymore.
Oh, okay, perfect.
But I am in the union, but it is what it is. Man, it was crazy. It just seemed like they had a lot of money to spend. That's what I'm gonna say. Nobody was in a rush, or as far as the company I worked with. I don't know about the other trades, maybe, but yeah, it just seemed like they had a lot of money to spend.
Like, you guys just take your time.
Yeah.
Milk this cow.
Yeah.
Milky.
Yeah, and I'm thinking yeah. There are some guys though who are talking about, man, this is 72% taxpayer funded. Like, we're gonna pay for all of us just chilling here. But yeah, it is what it is. We got a rail now.
Yeah, we got a rail. That's the thing. That's the thing though. Like they was talking about the rail when I was in high school.
Yeah,
and that never panned out.
I remember.
I thought I was gonna be able to use it sooner than, what was it, 16, 17 years, It's crazy. And it doesn't even go where they said it was gonna go.
I think it goes to like Pearl City now.
It was supposed to go to UH, which would make sense.
Yeah.
Kids from the west side need to get to UH and back. No, they ain't going anywhere. They ain't going shopping after.
Is it not there yet, or is it not gonna go there?
It ain't going there.
Why? And it was supposed to go through Coalina too, right?
No, and they ain't going there either. It's in Kapolei, that's it.
Why? Who does that help?
Well, it actually ruins traffic for the west side. They still got to drive through Waianae traffic to park their car, jump on the rail station in Kapolei, get to Waikiki, somehow bust their way to UH.
Yeah.
Bust their way back to the station, jump on, ride that rail, jump off, drive through Waianae traffic.
I would like to hear the pros about the rail.
Me too, bro. That ain't me.
But it's just that I never heard it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ever heard a pro about the rail?
No. Jobs.
Yeah.
Jobs.
But they could have did jobs that were more productive for our island. Like something else. They could have did something. I don't know if they could have done something else. I don't know, but
no, yeah. I mean,
old design, like it was outdated when it started. I remember them saying that when they started the rail. Oh, it's outdated. It's an older design.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, but can you imagine almost 20 years later, what is it now?
Yeah, from when they started talking about it.
More outdated?
How did they build an old rail?
I don't know, bro.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like, it's a newly built old rail.
It looks like a souped up version of the Pearl Ridge monorail, dog.
Yeah, it does.
That's what it looks like.
It does.
Yeah.
Wow. It does, bro.
It does look like that.
Yeah.
They took that design concept and went, bro, people seem to like going between uptown and downtown or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Let's just put that across the island.
They told the designer, like, you ever been to Pearl Ridge?
That's what we want.
Yeah.
Stick that thing, make that longer, see how long it can go. But yeah, I don't think the rail is gonna help anything.
I would like to think so. It'd be nice for everybody who's not jumping on the rail.
Yeah, but a working man in Hawaii,
Is not gonna wait for the rail.
you want to jump on the rail, sir?
Yeah, no. I already wake up 4:30 just to go in my car. So
Yeah, wake up 4:30, drive 15 minutes to the rail, park your car, and then you can leave at 5. Yeah,
I always thought that logically, like, people who are gonna ride the rail are people who ride the bus. So, like, right? Doesn't that make sense? If you had to guess who's gonna be riding the rail, I would say the type of people that rides the bus.
yeah, but the type of people that ride the rail are going to be the type of people that would ride the express buses. Jump on the freeway.
Yeah, true.
And go through the express lane.
Yeah. So they want to get on the freeway, really.
That's true. As soon as someone is economically able, bro, they're turning in that rail pass and getting them a bus pass.
Yeah.
It might make the bus lanes faster.
Yeah.
Bus rides.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Not horrible. I don't know. I don't know the economics of it. All I know is it seems like we lost a lot of money, and it seems like it's not doing anything it promised, and it seems like we have no bathrooms, and it seems like a lot of jobs actually were farmed out to companies.
How much did the rail cost?
Billions.
Like,
What a bit. I don't know the numbers. We can look it up.
yeah, look it up.
Hawaii Rail. I know we made it on CNN for how much it cost though.
Yeah, I know we was breaking records and stuff like that.
Hawaii Rail cost. Hawaii Rail cost. Let's see. Oh yeah. 8.165 billion.
Wow.
Oh, there's a Hawaii Business Magazine, 2021. How the rail got to 12.45 billion and 11 years late.
That's 2021.
Yeah.
So it must be higher now.
Yeah.
And it's not even almost done.
Yeah, it was 136% more than the estimated budget. So yeah,
so it's an expensive rail.
Yeah, they're spending like Congress. It's an expensive old rail.
And I don't even know what they could be spending that money on, but I just know there might be something better, you know?
Yeah,
I have a feeling there might be something better.
I have a feeling that humanity has grown leaps and bounds in their rail technology didn't need to have this.
Yeah.
And the funny part is, they
or only, like I meant there might be something better to be spending 8 point or 11, 12
that too. I'm just assuming that they were right that we needed a rail.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll never know. That's
know.
The craziest thing is like we're gonna spend this much and we'll find out in 2030.
Yeah, if we needed the rail. I think we're gonna find out the first year that nobody's riding that thing.
Yeah, that's the rail.
Yeah, and it's you see like the designs on the rail. They only designed it at certain spots that are getting high traffic. So like they made it look nice, the pillars.
Oh yeah.
But I think going through Apollo High School, it's not designed nicely at all.
Oh really?
Yeah. And bro, they made that thing so low I could literally, with my messed up shoulder, chuck a ice cream cone over and get it on the road. Not that I would, because I respect government and property.
But
why would you put that low by high school?
Yeah. That's a bad idea.
That's a bad idea.
I wonder what they're thinking when they did that, man.
It's right by Apollo High School, literally, right above the bus stop. You can grab an ice cream cone and throw it over. That's the first thing I thought when I saw it. It was like, oh, bro, that's low. Guarantee.
That is, man.
Guarantee stuff's going over.
And you got a bad shoulder.
Underhand throw that thing.
No problem.
Land right there. Bloop. Right there.
That's good to know, man.
Yeah, so.
That's crazy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They just made some bad decisions, I feel like, but yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how the rail goes. But other than that, like, I think it goes to Waikiki, so I think that might help tourism traffic. That
Waikiki is a must. You can, if it's not going to Waikiki, you just throw it away.
I hope it's going to Waikiki.
That's like, is that the most populated, like, heavy, or like, you know, a lot of money going through there, huh?
Yeah. So if you can get people to if you can get it to Waikiki, I know that people don't like tourism and but our economy right now, just the reality is, a lot of money comes through tourism. And I actually, like today's 4th of July, I feel like we're born in America. I understand the history of Hawaii, but the reality of right now is that we're in an island that thrives off of tourism, and so whatever we can do to help those guys out, get to their destinations to spend money as fast as possible, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If it makes things better,
yeah,
yeah.
more jobs, you know.
And I just found out that people want to stop tourism,
But they want to stop. Well,
slow it down.
there
What
are
is it?
people that say that though. There are people that say that. I think they're not being realistic though. But the initial article I was talking about earlier was they want to stop traffic to those places that, like, like there are those beaches really nice, but they don't get a lot of traffic all the time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Kind of out there,
Yeah.
West Side, North Shore, things like that. So they want to stop traffic there where they don't have the infrastructure for people to come in and out. That I understand.
That makes
Much
sense.
more sense. Yeah, but nobody's gonna realize that this makes more sense.
I didn't know. I only read the headline. That makes sense.
Yeah, 30 minutes in, they'll probably figure it out, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
We're gonna sound like idiots up front. That's fine.
Yeah,
Who cares about that?
because there's some places. Because the fact is that people got to go to work.
Yeah.
People got to get groceries. It's cool that you guys fly in here, or you guys, whatever you guys, you guys can come here, but we still got to go to work. If roads are getting shut down,
Yeah.
or make the infrastructure better, But right now the infrastructure is how it is. If roads are getting shut down, then yeah. It's like, bro, we got to go to work, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Make the infrastructure better. The other thing though is, yeah, maybe I'm not as connected as I was like even when I was in college, I'm really sympathetic towards the situation in Hawaii, like how it happened, how the overthrow happened and all those kinds of things. Like, bro, I understand, like that's horrible how it happened. You know what I mean? The businessmen overthrew the queen, put her under house arrest, and then it was illegally overthrown and illegally annexed, just all those things. But I live now, and so I understand all those things. I also understand that, man, for our economy where it is right now, it's a good thing. When COVID happened, a lot of people didn't have jobs because tourism wasn't coming in, and we're just starting to rebound, get tourists in. And I actually appreciate when people want to come spend money in our islands, like spend their hard-earned dollars out here. But the second thing is our people. We're Polynesian, right? And you can't be against tourism when we're putting on a bunch of luau's, displaying our culture for the world to come, spend money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you guys sold it first.
Yeah, we're selling it anyway.
Yeah.
Right? And so, yeah, I don't know. I always wondered about that. Like, there's I think there's a more of an appreciation, I think, from us, but we're not Hawaiian, so
yeah.
But like for Samoan people, like at least for us, I'm gonna speak for all Samoan people, but I appreciate when people try our culture out. Like if I see a non-Samoan wearing a ia lava lava, I'm like, bro, get it, dog, because that's our thing. Like that's our culture.
Yeah.
And like God made all of our cultures, and He made it all unique and special. But He also allowed us to learn from each other's culture. So I actually appreciate when somebody's trying to practice our culture.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do that, when you have that freedom, are there going to be people that clown it? Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like who says you can't enjoy other people's culture or learn or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take part or whatever, like it's just humans from another place. Like I feel like if somebody was to do that with our culture, yeah, I feel like that's a good thing. It should be celebrated. It shouldn't be celebrated, but it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a sign of, it's like a nod. It's like a respect,
Yeah.
Like,
and another thing is it's hard for me to criticize borrowing someone's culture when I'm wearing shorts.
yeah. Why? Shorts is
I'm wearing Nike shorts.
Chinese then.
No Samoans made it.
Oh, for real?
But I'm still rocking it. I'm still wearing it. I'm wearing an American-made Origin shirt. And so is that borrowing from culture? Or I'm like, oh, no, that's my culture too. No, it's a melting pot. Like everybody learns from each other's culture. We don't have a monopoly on Polynesian patterned cloth.
Yeah. Yeah. When did? Yeah. We don't own that.
Yeah, we don't own that. You know what I mean?
That's true, bro.
You know, turtle shell bracelets. They're not made with real turtle shell people anymore. But well, I hope not. But you know the bracelets I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, who says that other people can't wear those things?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that people have to. I think that not people, but for us, we appreciate other people trying our culture out, and that's not a bad thing.
People can feel how they feel, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. And 4th of July, Hawaii. So I understand the tension. At the same time,
is there a tension right now?
Yeah, for some people. I think a lot of things happen in July, so I think that makes 4th of July hard for some people. At the same time, things that happened in the past, right? They happen. But bro, if I don't let it affect me, it doesn't affect me.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You know?
That's
it doesn't have to it doesn't necessarily have to affect me.
That kind of gets deep. Like, yeah, it doesn't, because it really has nothing to do. It has everything to do with now, but it has nothing to do with now if you say it doesn't have nothing to do with what I do next, you know?
Yeah. They do have an effect on right now in the Bible when you're looking at the past. God, like with God's people, he brings it up, you know? Like, hey, these injustices happen, right? You got to make it right. At the same time, like, the question is, how do we live now in light of those things? You know, so acknowledging it is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And acknowledging it by the people, like, we can acknowledge, yeah, there was an illegal overthrow. The culture was outlawed here. That's messed up.
Yeah.
But moving forward, how do we help people now?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just seen a lot of people, like, how we help people now really, really matters, because dwelling on the things that happened in the past is just not going to help you right now.
Mm-hmm.
And by dwelling, I mean, if you assume that all your problems are due to things that happened in the past, or a lot of your problems, could be some of your situation, life situation, where you start off in life, it's due to decisions made by other people in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But that's everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's everybody. That's us. That's, you know, that's our kids. You know, they're going to be affected by our decisions or the decisions of people around them. But what's not going to help them is just dwelling on that and going, you know, like, we got to go fix that first before we move forward. No, we got to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledge it, move forward, and live in the here and now.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't know your thoughts on that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. You know, like, complaining about, as much as I understand the complaints, complaining about it just won't help. It's like ignoring what the people really need right now, today in 2023. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of, anywhere, not just in Hawaii, a lot of people everywhere have bigger needs than, you know, they have bigger needs than that.
Well,
I mean, you know, bigger needs than to be worrying about what happened 100 years ago. Like, worrying about that is just, cannot see that solving nothing that people need currently in 2023. You know.
But like, you can do a good job, even if you just apply it to your own life personally, right? Like, our own lives. Mistakes happen, people wronged us in the past.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't help us personally to dwell on those things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like, for me or you, you know, it just doesn't help. You gotta forgive, right? And that's the key. You gotta forgive. Stop holding on to it. Like, I see people get bitter, not forgiving on an individual basis.
Mm-hmm.
But I see a lot of people, just because people think it's just systematic, people believe in, you know, it's systematic or things like that on a bigger scale, national unforgiveness, or, you know, a whole group holding unforgiveness together.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That doesn't help.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't help anybody, you know?
Yeah.
And like, for us, for me, I'm a pastor. So one of the ways I see it is in the church and in Hawaii. There's a lot of people who have kind of skewed view of like life in the church, right? So, hey, if you're a church, they feel like it's Christian religion. It's the church that did this to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually business people, but the church did that to us. And it's like, I don't know about that. The queen was a
Yeah.
Christian, so she was part of the
Yeah.
church, and she didn't do that to us, And so, yeah, I've seen that in the church where there's like not in my church, but among I've seen it in just the public's the public's view of the church. More so that like it's a Western society. That's what the church represents to some people.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the church is the only one that has an answer to how to deal with this.
Yeah, I can see why they think that though, because there's so many different churches. It's like, but yeah, I feel like the church is the only one with. Yeah, I agree. The only one with a legit answer to it.
Yeah. What do you think the church's answer is?
Ask the question again. Like, what do I think the answer is to?
Like that. So the past wrongs and people who would question, people who would say like, man, that's, because we're saying, we gotta move forward.
Yeah.
We gotta move forward. How can we move forward?
Oh, okay. The church's best answer to move forward with that. I just feel like
it isn't like just forget about it.
Yeah, I don't think it's forget about it. I think it's just, we do what Jesus did. Like, I just think that's like always the simplest answer. Like, it's like it became corny. I don't know who made it corny, bro. But what would Jesus do?
Yeah.
Like
we all made it corny.
I don't think that's a corny question, but it.
Yeah, we made it corny.
Comes off as corny somehow.
We threw it on bracelets. That's why I'm trying to make money off of it.
It was the bracelets that made it corny because when people started, I hate to say that, bro. I had
one.
I had a bracelet, bro.
And when somebody just
but I was a Christian in the 2000s, bro. So, yeah. And people used to ask me that, and I'm like, bro,
what would Jesus do?
But when I think about it, when I get older, I think that's the easiest way to. What would Jesus do? So, I feel like with this, what would Jesus do? I don't know. You said you're a pastor. What would Jesus do?
Well, that was the
question. I
question.
feel like that's their answer. What would be in this situation? What would Jesus do? And I guess forgive.
Yeah.
Love on people.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be to hold a grudge.
Yeah.
It would be to trust God.
Mm-hmm.
If it happened, then it happened while God was in control.
Yeah.
So trust that. As far as what you do now, love on people, care for, the lowly or the meek or whatever,
Right.
Care for those type of people.
Like us, we bought pour cash today.
We
bought 6 pour cash.
Yeah.
Outside 7-Eleven.
I mean, yeah, and it seems like a small thing, but like.
Dude, she was legit happy though.
Yeah.
First time.
But if you think about the things that, the stories, these small little stories that happen in the gospel, or whatever, these are all small little things that happen, but they're significant. And I feel like God sees everything, like, and that was a significant. Yeah. I'm not trying to blow ourselves up, bro, but you brought it up. So yeah.
No, that's true.
We did buy somebody pork hash today.
We did buy pork hash.
But just be,
I didn't buy pork hash. You bought pork hash.
Yeah.
With your Apple Watch.
That's true. Apple Watch.
No, but like that is true, right? Like when we think about Jesus, that's what he did for us. So one of the biggest things with the gospel. So this is why it's hard for me. I was in college. I was involved. I was involved in the movement. Because I believe that there was a wrong done. But the answer that the gospel gives is what you said, which is love people. And specifically, love your enemies, which is what Jesus did. So even if I'm not saying that there are enemies now, because the people that did whatever happened in the past, it's in the past. Those guys did it. I don't even know who's connected to that. What happened? You know what I mean? I don't even know. But the way you move forward is, hey, if you feel like these people, whoever these people are, right, whatever, you feel this anger about the situation. Well, one of the things is forgive, like you said, and then love, and even love your enemies is what God says. So, like, yeah, the people, Like you have to extend that grace to your enemies. That's the answer. Because it doesn't say that you were never wronged.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say nothing bad ever happened. Right. And this isn't just related to Hawaii or anything like that. This is just even at a personal level. If somebody wrongs you, the way you deal with it as a Christian is love them and forgive them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You can seek justice. You can, but the main message of the gospel is he didn't spare his own son for you.
Mm-hmm.
While you were an enemy, Christ died for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so it should make you love your enemies more.
Mm-hmm.
Right? How has that been for you just in your own, how has that worked out? Because I feel like you learn that as you mature, you learn how to do that better. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's just a phrase. When we grew up in church with, dad and teaching us and mom. But you don't really know what it's like to love your enemies until you got some.
Yeah. You don't. You think you have enemies when you're like 12, but
yeah. So, what is some ways that you've seen that?
Now that I get older, ways that I have to love on enemies.
Yeah, I mean, we might not have enemies like
before,
or
like people that you're just at odds with.
At odds with, yeah, or people that do stuff that you don't like.
Yeah, I just try to stay humble, because but I do get, mad. I say things to myself, or when I'm by myself that I would, I fall, but I just try to remain humble. As soon as I can remember how bad I am, and that, like you just said, that Jesus died for you while you were
a sinner.
Yeah.
Romans 5.
As soon as I can remember that, then I'm like, okay, chill. Love on these people. I have good examples too around me of people who love on people who I'm like, oh, you've been praying for them? Like, okay, yeah, I guess that checks me,
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard thing. I work in the church, so it's different for me. But I remember when you're working with, but not even work, but even family, things like that, things that come up, even between our family, like us.
Mm-hmm.
That's, if you can love your enemies, you can love your family. You can love your friends that wrong you in some way, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, but it's only hard because we're still growing. Mm-hmm. It's only hard because we don't understand our sin yet. It's only hard because we don't understand how much we've been forgiven.
Yeah.
But I've seen it too, like just in you and me too, because we get heated sometimes. Mm-hmm. But it's way easier to forgive and move on. Yeah. Than it ever was before. We was cool. We always been cool, but it's easier now. Yeah. And it's humbling to say it because I'm 33.
Yeah.
It's crazy easier now. I'm 30 years old. You
figured it out now?
I figured it out after all these years. Yeah. After 33 years, I'm here.
If they heard the stories, it would seem like it was worse than it was. But no, it was cool.
No, yeah.
So, but yeah, it is better now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's better. Another thing I wanted to ask, this is like one of the biggest things I did want to ask. We've been all over the place, but I'm a pastor, right? And so my day following Jesus looks different for me. So all the advice I would read about, being a Christian, how to be a Christian, read your Bible, stay in the Word, have a quiet time in the morning when you wake up, read your Bible. Okay, after you're done with your Bible, boom, get breakfast, do your work, whatever. Just be constantly meditating on the Word. Come home, meditate. But I realized after being a pastor, bro, people are busy, and not everybody has the schedule we have. So, like, there's times when I remember getting together with some pastors at lunch, talking about the struggles of being a pastor. Mm-hmm. Every job has its struggles. Yeah, every job, no matter what. But it was just kind of hard because I was at a golf course talking about it. Yeah. So I was thinking like, wow, my dad is out in the field grinding. But like, what is it like for you following? Like, how do you, like, what do you do? Right, it was your job, and then how do you glorify God through your job? For me, I got a task, right? Disciple everybody's called to disciple, but shepherd, preach the word on Sunday, preach the word, and shepherd the church that I'm at. So what things for you in doing your job that you think about, okay, that's how I glorify God. That's how I glorify God.
So I guess how I would just my mindset towards the job. I'm doing the best. It's like a.
And what job you doing?
Oh, I'm an electrician.
Yeah.
I'm an electrician. Right now we're doing right now we're doing a residential job.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like ways I try to glorify God. Ways I try to glorify God, is I try to be nice to people I interact with on the job site.
So just to help give clarity to the question, the way I glorify God in my job is not the way you should glorify God in your job.
What do you mean?
If you are standing over there at the job site preaching the gospel,
opening
up the Bible, going, let me proclaim to you the word of God right now.
Yeah.
On the job, on company time, you know what I mean? Like with other people who got to get work done, other trades who are relying on you. Like
no, I don't do that. So the way I glorify God is just by working, being true, trying. This is what I say, trying to glorify God, because I don't always do this. I fall just like everybody else, but I try to give honest work. I try to
and honest work, you mean?
Just meaning, use everything that I learn. I only learn so much, I only can do so much, but use everything I can to do the type of work, that somebody with that much experience, a professional should do, with whatever skills I got, try to do the best type of work because I'm getting paid, and I want to keep my, when it's like a promise, or, what is it when I'm signing, I signed really, when I got hired. So I want to keep my end of the deal, so, and I feel like that's a godly thing, I feel like I'm,
like your mind shouldn't be, and this is where I was a crappy worker. When I was working, I sucked at it.
But then I probably suck too, because that's what I would like to do all the time. But
like when I started, my mind was just, I saw my work as, I got to get to the more important stuff, church after, or Bible study. This is all a waste of time. I could be doing something more meaningful. And it's like, no, all work is meaningful work if you're doing it to the glory of God. And like what you said, honest work. I think a lot of times in the church we don't teach about that enough. Like honest work is, bro, you're not going to take more lunch than you signed up to take, because you're not going to rob from anybody. You're not going to steal from anybody. You're going to keep your end of the deal. I think it was Martin Luther King. He said that if someone's sweeping streets, right, they should sweep it like they're sweeping it to the glory of God. No job is too small in the kingdom, right? No job is too beneath you. If you got a job, that's God's way of helping provide for you. And you should work harder than anybody else, and not idolize your job, right? Like where you neglect other things that are important too. But like what you said, I like what you said, give honest work is how you glorify God, and using your skills, that's how you glorify God. Right.
Yeah.
Not trying to be a pastor on the job. That's what, sometimes I feel like people have that in their mind.
Yeah. And I feel like if a conversation is coming up, it doesn't hurt you for that conversation to be about God. That I feel like a lot of Christians, it's funny because like I always hear like, Christians are so annoying, man. They just keep nagging you about Christianity. And I go, man, all the Christians I know, they're like, man, I hate talking to atheists, like I hate talking to these people. Like, I don't know what to say, so I'm like, what Christians are you guys talking about? Just nagging you all day. I'm like,
the 6 that post online, that's it.
Yeah. I'm like, what? But there's times like conversation comes up, and it's not a bad thing for that, conversation to go this way.
Right.
But while you're working, yeah, like you said, if you end up just standing there, then now you're taking. Now you're
Right.
you're not keeping your end of the deal, and I think that's honor, keeping your end of the deal, all that,
Yeah.
respect. That's like, yeah, those are like godly things, So that's what I try my best to do. I take a little bit long lunch every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try my best, but yeah,
Right.
that would be ideal.
Yeah. The ideal. There's a passage, Proverbs 22:29. It says, "Do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure men." So it talks about basically a Solomon writing that if you get skill at a craft, whatever craft it is, doesn't matter, right? If you're just not doing the bare minimum, if you're taking all the skills that you learn, all of that, and you're applying it, you're not gonna stand before random obscure people. You're gonna stand before kings. Meaning, it doesn't mean literally you're standing before kings, but you doing good at your job will give you opportunities that other people don't have. Like the guy that's just phoning it in every day, trying to do the bare minimum. Like, don't be surprised if you don't get promoted or anything like that.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if people don't honor or respect you.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't. Everyone knows what it takes. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's work, right? So, yeah, that's cool to hear. That's cool to hear about how work works, and just trying to honor God through that, because everything that we're doing should be glorifying Him. Everything. Yeah, that's good. Any other thoughts on work?
Not really, man. I try not to think about work on 4th of July. Nah, just funny.
Yeah.
Work is for the British today, bro.
Oh yeah, we don't work today.
We don't work today.
We're playing today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to jiu-jitsu at 5 a.m. Got an hour and a half of rolls in.
Yeah.
With some American origin rash guards. George Washington riding a snake.
Yeah.
All of that. Declaration of Independence on our backs. That's what we did today. America.
Yeah. America. We did some American jiu-jitsu today.
American jiu-jitsu. Yeah, we don't do American jiu-jitsu. Top game only.
Some AJJ.
Never pulling guard.
Yeah, no.
I don't pull guard.
No.
The British are pulling guard today.
If you were British, you got to start on bottom today.
Start on bottom. We're just kidding, by the way. But
we love British.
We love the British.
I don't know that much British people, but
yeah,
I love them.
I had two British friends in college. Yeah, they were cool. Soccer players.
Yeah, British are cool, bro.
Yeah,
they got to
cool.
go to work. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's all we're saying is we're not working and you are. That's it. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I'm sure it has something to do with what happened long ago in 1700s.
Some people did some things.
Some people did some things. Some people didn't do some things. And now I'm off and you're working. So it's all good.
It's all good.
No hard feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's a wrap.